I received the footage 3 days after the incident was sealed. No sender, no return path, just an unmarked drive left inside Evidence Locker 7. The files were damaged, timestamps corrupted, entire segments missing. What remained showed a maintenance corridor that should not exist beneath the old municipal archives. At first, I believed it was some abandoned service tunnel, until I noticed the walls. Yellow, damp, endless. The carpet stained in patterns too irregular to be age alone. Fluorescent lights humming overhead in a frequency that caused headaches even through playback. The first visible subject was a stick figure, drawn in black, moving like a person but impossibly flat, as if reality itself had reduced him into lines. He wandered without sound, pacing the corridors like he understood them. I watched the footage frame by frame, every hallway repeated, but not perfectly. A stain moved from left wall to right, ceiling panels shifted shape, corners bent at impossible degrees. The stickman kept marking symbols on the wallpaper, circles inside squares, lines crossing where hallways met. At first, I thought it was mapping. Then I realized the symbols changed after he left them. The footage skipped often, entire minutes erased. In one cut, the stickman was standing still beneath a light. In the next, the corridor behind him had stretched twice its length. There was no transition, no movement, just distance where there should have been none. By the second hour of recovered footage, patterns emerged. He always turned left after 3 intersections, but the 4th left returned him to the same corridor, same stain, same flickering bulb. Except each cycle, the walls grew darker, the buzzing grew quieter, then stopped completely. Silence inside the backrooms felt wrong, like the space itself was listening. At timestamp gaps, I found signs of interference. Frames scratched black, audio flattened into static. In one frozen frame, there was a handprint on the wall, too large, with 7 fingers. The stickman stopped when he saw it. He stared for 47 seconds, then ran. That was the first time I saw fear in its movements. The corridors began changing faster after that. Doorways appeared where none existed. Rooms opened into themselves. I tracked his route on paper and found overlapping geometry, impossible turns, spaces folding inward. At one point, he entered a square room with 4 exits. 30 seconds later, he emerged from the ceiling of that same room. Gravity remained unchanged. The footage never explained it. Then came the missing time. 11 whole minutes gone. When the video resumed, the stickman was sitting against a wall, motionless, surrounded by hundreds of symbols carved into the carpet. His body twitched like he was trying to remember something. The camera drifted toward the wall behind him. There were scratches there, tall, vertical lines, counting marks. Thousands of them, not made by him. I noticed something worse. In every room after that point, objects had shifted before he entered them. Chairs turned, walls bent inward, lights flickered in sequence ahead of him, never behind. Something was moving with him, not chasing, guiding, watching. The stickman began looking over his shoulder at places the camera couldn't fully capture. Sometimes he froze and pointed at empty space. In one missing frame I enhanced, there was a distortion in the air beside him, like heat bending around a shape too large for the corridor. Then it vanished. The final segment is the most damaged. The stickman reached a hallway lined with his own symbols, but older, faded into the wallpaper like they had been there for years. The timestamp glitched backward, then forward, then disappeared entirely. He touched one of the symbols and the wall opened, revealing another corridor behind it, darker, narrower, breathing with a low, mechanical rhythm. He entered. The camera hesitated. For 13 seconds, there was nothing but static. When the image returned, the stickman was gone. In his place, on the carpet, was a fresh symbol, one I had seen before. On the outside of the evidence locker, where the drive was found. The final frame lasted less than a second. A shape behind the camera, tall, thin, not visible, only outlined by the absence of light. The footage ended there. Since reviewing it, I've noticed gaps in my own memory, missing hours, repeated dreams of yellow corridors. Yesterday, I found one of those symbols scratched beneath my desk. I checked the archive records this morning. Locker 7 was never assigned. It does not exist.